Yeah, we got here and we realized that our building, literally, the front door is open to the campus and the back door is open into the neighborhood. And so we have always seen ourselves as this third space that can bring together people from the community and people from the university community to maybe partner in ways for the kingdom that they haven't ever done before.
We already had kind of a weekly community meal here Tuesday at 5 that had been happening for decades. But we reinvigorated that through offering an Alpha course, going through the basics of the Christian faith. I think it helped people know that this wasn't a scary place. This wasn't just a place for one kind of people. And from Alpha, we kept experimenting, and we sort of see ourselves almost as like an R&D department for the church. So Amore was created in Italy as a family community evangelism. Once students and the young adults with whom we serve started getting this idea of what has Jesus done for me? How can I be an agent of the self-giving love of Jesus? You started seeing the wheels turn, where, I mean, week after week, they would start coming in saying, I've got one this week. Brooke was in a meeting with us several years ago where we got some community stakeholders together. In that meeting, there was an aha moment about the plight of kids in our public schools who are classified as homeless.
We created a food drive for homeless students in Fredericksburg because they get free lunch at school, so they know they're going to eat at school, but when school is out, it's like, where's my meal going to come from?
What I love about this is that it wasn't just a food drive, we kept asking a question, what else can we do for this population?
The link kind of emerged out of the food drive through just wanting to continue to help these homeless students. And they get to come here and get tutoring, help on their homework. They also get to just build relationships with college students and people that have a really strong interest in their future. And for a lot of them, it's their first time on a college campus. So it really just opens their eyes to the possibilities of what their life can be despite the situation that they're in now.
And that also feeds our overall vision for discipleship. The idea that people from the local churches or the entrepreneur community would be investing in the lives of our college students, and that from that our college students can then invest in the younger generation, especially something like these middle school kids that come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We found that we have a bunch of people who are either strengthening their faith, deepening their faith with us, or exploring their faith, but they really want to make it real on a day-to-day basis. I think that's what's so interesting about the story with William or even Marty, that they have found community here, they've deepened their faith here, and they've been encouraged to step out and start a business where they can actually embody their faith in a way that influences and blesses the whole community.
When I was a student at Mary Washington, I was working at Blackstone Coffee and I met Carrie and Gannon. It became like a second home at school. I had to ask Carrie, would it be okay that I cook on a Tuesday night? And she said, yeah. Just enjoying my Tuesdays, coming in and cooking for everybody, and not only just filling up their stomachs, but filling up their hearts and souls with the heart of God. I've been inspired to start my own business, so now I do a small catering business called Will's Place.
About 2 years into our time here, we started meeting people who had a dream for this place. And so we thought, wow, these are our people. And slowly but surely, there was this startup community that formed. And so we started meeting once a week in this building for coffee. We called it open coffee. Most of them were not churchgoers, but everyone had a passion to make Fredericksburg a better place and to help each other do that.
I've met a lot of people such as, Will, who cooks, and Marty. And these people not only, we'll send each other and we talk to each other a lot. And as far as we hold each other almost accountable for the things that we do.
Those three guys and a number of other guys have kind of bonded together, and they're using this place as an incubator for things that will basically change the face of the city.
Me and some friends were bored for Thanksgiving and we weren't going to have family around, so we decided to help others. And we fed close to 120 people on Thanksgiving. All through donations, we fried 8 turkeys. And then that turned into basically same thing for Christmas for one of the local hotels. A lot of the kids who do come in and out of that hotel our Link kids.
Andy Crouch wrote somewhere where it says, create something that is so beautiful that the world can't help but listen. And so you create something like Link, and Christian students will get involved in mentoring, but then non-Christian students will get involved in mentoring. And you do something like Open Coffee, and you have business people coming here and they feel warm and they feel welcome. Those things create a ripple effect that might eventually lead to disciples being made and ecclesial communities being formed. I mean, we're early on here, but we see the day where maybe some of these things really will take on a life of their own, and it would be strictly for nothing more than the advance of the kingdom.